Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Zone. I'm back with another video. Now look, in this video I'm gonna be showing y'all a strategy that y'all can use to make an easy $1,000 in a day. Depending on your account size, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna determine whether you can hit that goal. But all you really need to be using is like a 2-lot to really hit like $1,000 a day, catching about 50 pips. So most of the concepts I show in my videos are always gonna be based around the same setup. It's just gonna be different entry techniques. So this one right here is just a different entry, but it's the same kind of setup I usually take in my other videos. And remember, if you ain't got the patience or the time to sit on the charts and do this yourself, you can always join my signals chat. I got a link in the description. I trade for y'all, and all y'all gotta do is just copy what I do, and you can make money with me. And also, if you looking for a broker or you curious to know what broker I use, the broker I use is called Hanko Trade. The link to them will always be in my description down below. Go check them out if you need a broker. And let's hop right into the video. So we look at GBP USD right now, right? We about to do this using the replay feature because it make it easier for y'all to see everything live. So let's look at GBP. Let's see what the first thing I notice when I get on the charts. Every time I'm looking at the charts, I need to see an area of liquidity that really stand out from everything else that I see on the chart, like within the range that we trading in. So the first thing I do is usually go down to the 4-hour or the hour, and I'll look for some type of price gap or some type of low that got liquidity right there. And the first thing I notice is down here. We got this level of liquidity right here. And we also got a level of liquidity right here inside this price gap. As you can see, we traded toward this the other day. We ended up rejecting that gap, pushing up and leaving like this double bottom, right? So now that I noticed that we got this double bottom, the gap already got filled, so we not looking at this no more. We need to go over to this side, and we need to go down to the smaller time frame and see what's going on. So we're gonna mark off this double bottom down here, right? We want price to come down here and take this out. Now what they did initially was they pushed up and took out this double top that we had right here. As you can see, price traded down, grabbed some liquidity, and then we went up and stopped everybody out that was in shorts, right? Because people probably looked at this as a short opportunity. They seen that we broke this low. Breakout traders probably would have took this trade toward the downside, expecting them to break this low. But what did price do? We came down here, tapped this low, and then we pushed right back up to the upside. Now, knowing what I know about stop hunts, what are we gonna wait to do? We still in the downtrend, so we not looking for no type of buys, right? I don't care that they pushed up here. We not looking for a buy. Let's press play and see what happened. All right. So as you can see, the market ended up consolidating for a little bit up here after we broke structure to the upside. Knowing what we know that was just a stop hunt. So as you can see what happened, price had ended up pushing toward the upside, breaking structure to the downside again. Remember, this was just a stop hunt. What you should have been looking for is an entry to go short, right? We still in the downtrend. We not looking for buys no matter what's going on in the market right now. The only thing we looking for is sales unless the higher time frames tell us otherwise. So looking at the 5-minute chart on GU now, you can see that we ended up breaking structure right here. We took out this low. So let's mark off these lows. We had our first low here, really. This was our first low that got broken right inside this engulfing candle. The next low that got taken out was this low, right? Now let's press play and see what happened. All right, we broke a third low inside of one move. So now, this is the third low that got broken. All inside this one move, right? So now what do we need to do? We need to see if we can catch a break and retest trade. But the thing is, you need to understand which low you looking to take this retest at. Normally what we would do is mark off a price gap. This would be the price gap I would be looking at, right? But if you look at the chart, you see we took out 3 lows in one move. It ain't likely that the market is gonna push all the way back up here and clear this range 100% after breaking 3 lows in one move. The market just don't move that way. So we need to see what's our next best option. What I would do is I would look for the low that's inside 50% of this range. So we got this low and we got this high. All right, so like I said, we wanna look for that low that's 50% within this range from here to here. And the low that's 50% within this range is this low. So we're gonna wait and see if price could come back up for a retest of this area right here. We're not gonna look for a retest at this area because it's too much liquidity inside this range. The market gotta come back and fill this range some type of way. So we're gonna press play and see what happened. But first, let's mark off this low just so we can already see where we want the market to come to. Remember, we're not paying attention to this price gap right here. This don't matter. What we want to see is if we can get a retracement about 50%. All right, so we ended up getting a retracement, right? We pushed up exactly to this low, respected it, and pushed back down. Now you're probably wondering where your entry would have been at. Your entry would have been this candle right here. You want to wait and see if you could get price to push as far into that 50% as you can. The first bearish candle that you see once we reach this area, this is where you want to take your trade at. Now I would do this on a 1 minute chart because the 1 minute chart let me get better entries. So I would enter the trade right here. My stop loss is going to go right above the high right here. So if we put out the long and short position, we're going to put the short position right here. We're going to wait for this candle to close, right? So we entering off this candle. We want our stop loss right here. It's about 16 pips. Now, our target need to be this first low here. Now, if we looking at this low, look how many pips this is. From 11604 all the way down here. This is about 70 pips. 70 pips down to this low with a 16 pip stop loss, right? That's a 1 to 4 risk to reward. But imagine you use the 2 lot on this trade. Because once your trade start moving in profit, you can always move your stop loss down to lower the risk, right? So you enter the trade initially right here with your stop loss here. Let's go back to the 5 minute, right? You can see how the trade look. On the 5 minute chart, always just try to get it right here. Just look at this candle right here. Try to put your stop above it, right? We don't want it to break this candle. Because remember, we're not trying to expect it to push up into this gap. We just wanted to stop about 50% and then come back down because the market not going to push all the way back up there after it just made a huge drop like that. So we entered our trade. Now let's see if it played out. We pushed down. TP got hit, right? 70 pips in the bag. If you would have used a 2 lot on this trade, you would have made about $1,400 on this trade, right? Now remember, I was telling y'all that this was the low that we was looking at on the hourly chart. Look, let's see what happened. Do you see how price pushed all the way down towards this low? So mind you, this happened on a Friday, so the market ended up closing before price actually pushed down into the liquidity. But if the market would have stayed open just a little bit longer, it would have most definitely hit that level. And I expect us to hit that level on Monday when market opens. So like I said, this is a very easy strategy once you understand the concept. Hopefully I explained everything well. If you need to watch the video again to understand it, just go ahead and rewind the video and watch it again. And make sure if you enjoyed the video, man, you go ahead and drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And like I said, my course, my signals, always down in the description down below. And I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Peace.